What's up everyone, this is Sam from 64 Wheels, back with more diecasts, and today we have a very important new line from Hot Wheels. This is the Hot Wheels Elite 64 line. This is Hot Wheels' most top tier 1/64 scale cars you can buy. These are ultra detailed, ultra custom, only available through the creations.mattel portal. And this is a line that could be a modern make it or break it for Mattel. And I'll explain why in the video a little later. But we're going to talk about why this line exists, why this casting exists, and is it worth it? Can Hot Wheels keep up with the Asian brands in the premium market with this new line? Only time will tell, but I'm excited about getting it open and taking a look at it in person. Ever since this was announced or leaked online, I was really just full of anticipation to get this model because it is really, really important that this line succeeds and does well. So if you're not familiar with this line, this is the ultra detailed line that Hot Wheels just released here at the end of 2022 going into 2023, called the Elite 64. So this was available on the creations.mattel web portal, but it was unique from the RLC in that you did not need an RLC membership to purchase this car. Purchase limits were open. You could buy as many as you want until they sold out, and the general public could just get on and buy it, just like if you were buying a lot of like a sneaker or a video game or something like that. You didn't need an actual login. You just went on the website and bought this model. So I bought a few of them because I was really excited to get this line. I think it could have a high collector value in the future, and I wanted to get my hands on a few so I could open one, keep some, tuck some away for the future, because I think this line has a lot of very interesting points to it. So it was $20, which is kind of high and then kind of not, and we'll also talk about that. So it was $20, and then with tax, like, you know, tax is $1 or $2. Shipping on the Mattel website is $6.95. So all in, this model was almost exactly $30. So for $30, this is quite the investment. It is not numbered like the RLC. It does not have like the I don't know what the word is, like the accreditation that the RLC has. It doesn't have that level of hype yet, but I think it could get there. Just judging from the way the car looks, some of the marketing behind it, I think this could be a really good line for Hot Wheels, and I'm hoping it is because they have a lot of stiff competition coming for this sector. So the car itself comes in a clamshell. It's pretty nice. I mean, you know, it's just like an RLC. It could, because it does have the RLC window cut in the bubble, which is nice. So if you didn't want to open it, you can basically see the whole car front to back without opening it. So if value and like keeping things carded is important to you, they've also kind of highlighted that in this line, because it is not just a regular, like, you know, car culture where the back of the card is covered and you can't see it. It does have a uniqueness to it. So this is a metal body, metal chassis, Real Riders car. It has custom card art. It does have the Elite 64 line. As you can see, the card art on the back, it is unique. It has a little bit about the model, which I think is cool. Really nice, like sharp graphic. One thing, just when I got it out of the box from Hot Wheels, I thought it was interesting that the number 2 is on it, because this is the first one they've released, but it is not the first one in the series apparently. So Hot Wheels so far in late 2022, they've previewed this one, I believe it's a 69 or 70 wide body Mustang, the Liberty Walk Lamborghini Aventador, a Mercedes 300 SL, and I believe there's one more I'm probably forgetting about. But a few castings. So they already have plans for this line. They have castings that are going to be coming out in 2023. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. This one sold out. It didn't sell out as quickly as some of the RLC cars, but I assume that they made more quantity. We don't know the quantity. They're not numbered or anything like that. They've really stopped numbering RLC cars too and giving quantity on those at the time of filming this video. So it's a little bit unknown. So I know I'm rambling on about it, but this is a really important casting, and we'll get into, I guess, right now why. So Mattel is currently seeing a shift in the market, and just us as collectors, there's more competition from premium brands than ever. So this car and this line especially was made basically to compete with all of the Asian brands. So the Asian brands that Hot Wheels are really, trying to dig into their market, Mini GT, Tarmac Works, and Inno 64. Those are probably the three biggest brands that are making the biggest cut into their market. I would say Mini GT and Tarmac especially. Mini GT, I've done videos on a couple of their castings before. This is their CAR casting. This car, metal body, metal chassis, rubber tires, costs less than this one did, just the retail price. So this was $20, just the price of the car without shipping. This, I believe, was $14 online. So shipped, it was $20. So this was a less expensive model in this. And I mean, the details in this car, I'll link the video to this unboxing in the description, but this car is incredible. I mean, the amount of detail, the mirrors, the interior, the spoiler, all the tampos. I mean, just this car is incredible for $20. Seriously, as a diecast collector, from you to me, I mean, this car is just next level. For them to put out a product like this for $20 or under $20 is just incredible. And Hot Wheels knows that. They know that their $6 cars, why this is pretty incredible too. This is probably one of the better ones recently from the car culture. That they can't compete a lot of times with the $10 to $12 versions of these cars. This is the Mini GT R34. Bayside blue. The package is a little scraped up, but like, look at the defroster detail on the back window. This car is amazing, and this was $999, and it's one of 6,000. So you had that exclusivity there, and Mini GT makes a casting, and then they don't release it in the color again, which is nice. I mean, this one's of 6,000. That RUF CTR Anniversary is one of 4,800. That Corvette over there is one of 2,400. So we're not only talking really high quality and comes in a clamshell with a box, but it's very exclusive. I mean, those are such low numbers. They probably made 40 to 50,000 of these is my guess. Even if it was 20,000, that's 2,400. That's crazy. I mean, that's just insane. So this Tarmac work, the Vertex Nissan Silvia S14, excellent casting. Again, this one was only like $13 or $14, I think. Very affordable. Inno 64 is on another level. These are a little bit more expensive. This was $25 to $30, but it comes in this very nice display box with a glossy base, a lot of detail on it. And if you can hear this, it actually comes with different parts and like a sticker sheet underneath it. So it actually comes with accessories, but this car is just crazy detailed. Everything about it is awesome. $25. So Hot Wheels knows this. Hot Wheels knows the future can't just be $5 premiums. This car is an exception. I think this Liberty Walk, like this Super Silhouette R34, is an exception to that because it's very well done. There's a lot of colors. This is a very competitive casting. I mean, just it looks great. The one thing I will say about Mini GT and some of the other brands is that their wheel selection is much better. But that's one thing Hot Wheels is tackling with this line. As you can see, that is a line, or that is a wheel we have never seen before. This is a tire pattern we've never seen before. Totally new. So Hot Wheels knows that in order to keep up with these Asian brands, the Mini GT, the Tarmac, Inno, all of them, that they need a line like Elite 64 to succeed, and they need us as collectors to want to buy it. They need to be castings that are great, and this has to be high quality. So as we open this up, we're going to compare it to a couple of the other cars I have open. We're going to compare it to some of the old 100% Hot Wheels castings, which would basically be the Elite 64 equivalent today, to see if they line up. We'll even compare it to some RLC castings. So I'm very nervous. I really hope this car is high quality. It looks good in the package. It displays very well. But let's go ahead and break this open. So I know I talked a lot about it, but it's important that we get context of what this model is, why it exists, and what it could look like, this line could look like in the future. Because if this line doesn't do well, Hot Wheels is in trouble. These brands are going to keep digging into that. More collectors are going to be like, you know, this is $10. This is $7. Like, they're just, you know, there's really just going to start cutting into Mattel's market share. And at a time when consumers and collectors are being especially picky about what they collect, this line must succeed. It has to be great. So, I mean, Hot Wheels has given us such great product in the past. I think we can expect good things from this line, and I'm pumped. So let's go ahead and bust this open. So I am opening up a $20 Hot Wheel, which I know is not, like, in terms of value, not very much, but this is a non-RLC $20 Hot Wheel. That's unheard of in recent history. So it does have the extra protector on the inside, which is nice. Hot Wheel went to an extra care to take care of this model. So let's see this then. All right, first impressions, it has good weight. It looks pretty nicely detailed. And there you can see it has separate headlight pieces. It has a separate grille piece that the paint is very nice on it. It has that red, I guess it's going to be the Chaser logo because it's not the Toyota logo. In the center, it has Greddy across the intercooler on the front. It's got the black little, like, canards off to the side there. The wheels are excellent. Very nicely done. They do look plasticky, but I think it's just because of the color of the wheel. Like, if you compare, let's set this down for a second and take a look at the Mini GT here. Their wheels look a little plasticky too. I think it's just something about the size. I think probably the best wheels overall are probably the Tomica Limited Vintage, but here's a Sparky. Like, look at the wheels on that. Like, there's like BBS style and the Aerodisc style. Very nice looking wheels. To me, these wheels look better in detail. Do they look more realistic? Probably. But this fits the character of the car as well. So another thing Hot Wheels mentions about this car is that it actually has camber. And there you can see the wheels do have a couple degrees of camber in them. The back, and they said that. So it's supposed to be bent out like that because that is the style of this car. The windows look pretty nice. The interior, the roll cage looks very fitted. It looks good. If you know the little bit of controversy about the article I did on Lamely Group about some of the M2 IROCs, and one of the problems on that car was that the roll cage was pinched and it just looks so dumb. They've since fixed that, which is nice, but Hot Wheels, it looks pretty solid over the whole car. There you can see it in the back window, which is nice. It goes over the whole casting. The interior is nice. It is a right-hand drive. There you can see the steering wheel. There's no paint detail or anything on the steering wheel, but there isn't on a Mini GT either in a very similar price point. There's none on a Car Culture car either. It's just the interiors on these cars, unless you're getting like one of the PMGs or a TVL or something like ultra high dollar, you're probably not going to get a ton of crazy detail on the interior. But the outside looks good. The body mold looks good. There's a little bit of metal, like, I don't know if you can hear this, but there's a little bit of a sharp corner on that, which I expect for $20 these to be pretty close to perfect. So that's one flaw that we found so far. The taillights are separate pieces. They look good. I'm not, and this is any brand, I'm not a fan of the peg style lights because they have that huge circle in the center, and I think they look like eyes, and I really don't like it. Like, it's up there too, but almost every brand that has single piece lights have that same problem. I don't know, the best way to do it would probably be just to gluing them, but I mean, it would just be a nightmare to try to do that. I don't think that's realistic to ask companies to do that because I think that's a very big manufacturing hurdle that they have to beat. But the spoiler does seem to be a separate piece. It looks like it, at least. I don't know. It feels to me like it is. Just because the gap there, it definitely feels like a separate piece. But the good thing about it is that the tolerances are so tight that it looks like it could be a part of the body. There's no, you can't see any air or light through it, which I know, like, Other brands, Greenlight, M2 have problems with that. Even Hot Wheels has problems with that sometimes. So that's nice to see that the fitment is very tight on that. So just shifting to the bottom, this is a full metal chassis. It has the built-in exhaust, which we haven't really seen from Hot Wheels before. We don't usually get a lot of chassis detail. Like the bottom of this is flat. Even the bottom of this Mini GT is flat. Largely also because these cars have flat bottoms. Let's see the Ford GT from Greenlight. So Greenlight actually has a really, or not Greenlight, Auto World. This actually has a pretty detailed body for what it is, or chassis, I'm sorry. But this is nice. There's a lot of suspension detail. There's a lot of detail just about the car in general. The front suspension, there you can see the transmission pan. A lot of good detail. This is giving me 100% Hot Wheels vibes. The chassis on this is excellent. That's probably one of the better die-cast chassis I've seen in a long time, especially with that full-length chrome exhaust. It's pretty rad. The exhaust pipes fit good. They look good. The chrome is all around them. I mean, they've really done a nice job with that. The chassis on this is exceedingly nice. So back up to the top, the door, the mirrors, they seem to be either hard plastic or metal part of the body. Either way, they look great. They have the little like arrow indentions on them. The hood has nice indentions in it, like the cutouts. They're painted gloss black. It has little hood pins on the corners. They're not super detailed. It looks like they're supposed to have some kind of paint on them, but to me, it doesn't look like the paint got touched really deeply. Like it's not super colorful, so I don't know if that's just a hiccup in the process this time or what. But overall, this car is very nice. All the tampos seem to be very sharp. They're sharp. They're lined up nicely. No complaints there. It would have been nice to get some color on the door handles, I think, to split it up a little bit. I don't think... Oh, actually, maybe there is. Okay, there is actually. When you get up close, there does seem to be silver on the door handles. It's just that with this like super high metallic like gloss paint job, it's very hard to see. So like back here to me, it almost looks like a shadow rather than a paint color. But I guess it is painted. So that is really nice. I probably would have went a little bit darker just because it does make it hard to stand out. But overall, that's not a really bad complaint. But this car is excellent. Those wheels are really nice. So I'm going to roll it. So it doesn't roll super well, but it does roll. It rolls better than some of the RLC cars I've gotten, and really some of the car culture cars, to be honest. So I'm going to press just a little bit to see if there's suspension. No movement there. And no movement on the front. So there's no suspension on the car, which is pretty common. There's no suspension on this. There's definitely no suspension on that Sparky car. Really, no high-end cars have suspension, but I was just checking just because that would have been cool. But overall, this is a very simple casting. Like, I don't want to say simple as in like they didn't put a lot of work into it, but the color is very simple. They did a nice, clean design for this. I'm very impressed with this in real life. I am. That rear camber is super dope. I don't know if you can, like, it makes a difference. It looks good. Like, this car is going to be awesome to photograph. Really nice detail. So how does it line up? Now that I've seen it in real life, now that you've seen it in real life, or at least on video, like opened, what do you think of it? Does it meet your expectations? Were you expecting more, expecting less? Overall, I'm very impressed with this. I know it's not super flashy because of the white paint job, but I'm looking beyond the paint job and saying, okay, what are the details they put into this car? New tires, like the new tire pattern, the new wheels, the exhaust pipe, the very detailed metal chassis, the wing mirrors, the excellent roll cage, the racing seat. I mean, the really clear Toyota tampo, the clear license plate tampos. I mean, it's done very nicely. It truly is. The paint looks very good all the way around. I don't see any runs. I'm not seeing any scratches on it. The only thing that on this one is it looks like maybe some of the die cast could have been sanded down just a touch on that corner there. But it's not a make or break. That is not a big deal to me. I can overlook that because that's like almost an individual issue rather than like a casting issue in general. But very nice. This casting is very nice. So let's take a look just real quick at this casting versus this, 1998, 1999 Porsche Turbo casting that was in the 100% Hot Wheels line. So when we compare these, both have tires and wheels individual to this release. So this has like the Fuchs style wheels on it. This one has a moving part. It has the Porsche Turbo right there on the back, and it has a painted engine as a separate piece. When you flip it over, this is why I said it reminds me of a 100% Hot Wheels chassis. Like, look at the chassis detail they did on these. Silver painted engine, the exhaust is painted silver, the front suspension is silver. It has very similar body detailing on it. The tampos are nice. The one thing I will say is that they added the extra lights, which is a nice touch rather than these are just painted. So it really does take it a step up on this level. But really, they're very close, which, to be honest, is what I wanted. It's what Hot Wheels collectors wanted. The 100% Hot Wheels line was the greatest Hot Wheels line with detail castings in the history of Hot Wheels. It really was. I mean, these roll, they came with a base. As you can see, it was screwed in when I got this back in '98 from Drug Castle in Dayton, Ohio. It's very nice casting. So also to take a look at it, this is the Toyota, I think this is the Tundra, right? Baja truck. This is 100% Hot Wheels too. You can see the level of detail is very similar. The roll cage, this has a lift-off body, but the detailing, the plastic detailing on each, I know this is like apples to oranges because it is a totally different truck, but if I saw this and this in the same type of package, it does look very similar to me in quality, which is definitely what I expect. When comparing it to the Mini GT, at least the Corvette here, we do get a lot of similar features. We get those custom wheels. We get the wing mirror. We get the glossy taillights. I can't tell. I think, let me see if the Mini GT actually does have what looks to be like separate taillight pieces, and they don't have the posts in theirs. But it could be something about the shape. You know, the shape of these are very boxy, and they take up a lot of surface room. I think the front headlights of theirs are part of the window because these are clear down here as well. But overall, in comparison, they're not too bad. I know this is kind of apples to oranges because this is a race car and this is more of like a street drift car. But overall, in comparison, I will say I'm very impressed with the Hot Wheels. I came in not having an opinion on it really, just wanting to see what it was. And it's pretty impressive. It's good quality. Now, when you compare it to this Vertex S14, I think it's on par with that. It is. I would say the detail on it is probably better. The one thing I think that sets this one apart is the stupid headlight posts where these headlights are painted on and they look a lot better. But this is more, I would say more, I don't want to say accurate, but more detailed because it does have that separate piece if you can just overlook the post detail. So not bad. I mean, compared to a premium, it does look very premium-ish, but the details are much better. So even, let's put it next to the Inno. I know it's in the package, but there you can see the details. Again, the Inno is going to win because it's not, the price point is a little higher, and they have, their detail is just killer, but I guarantee you this car does not roll. And I am a fan, if you see my videos, I am a fan of when cars roll, so I'm going to set it down and let's see real quick. I mean, it rolls well, and it looks super dope. Like, the stance of it looks good. It really does. It looks nice. Like the camber, I mean, look at that. The stance on it is sick. It looks good. So, initial thoughts. I want to know your initial thoughts in the comments. If you have this too, let me know in real life about what we've talked about here, seen some of the details. Compared it to the original 100% Hot Wheels line, some Mini GT, some Inno, some Tarmac. Let me know. Also, let's just get this one out. So this is what the M3. This is the RLC. Now, when you compare these two, like the hood fitment isn't the greatest on this. Some of the tampos might not be the best. The Spectra Flame, I know is people are on and off about that. This has a nicely detailed chassis, but there's no, also there's a dog hair on it. Little dogs. Gross. Okay, I got it. These are like just premium wheels. These are not custom wheels. So when you compare it even to an RLC car, I think the details prove to be better on the Elite 64. So even that might cut into some of the RLC purchases, to be honest. Like if you had to pay $20 for this one or $20 for this one, I'd honestly pick this Chaser. It would probably come down to which casting it is, honestly. But overall, I've not been a huge fan. Like, I know this is kind of, I don't know what the word is, but I'm not a big fan of Spectra Flame because I want my cars to look realistic. Like, if you give me the choice of either buying this for $20 or $25 or $35, whatever it was, and buying this for $15, every single time I will buy this one. So if Hot Wheels giving me the choice to buy this one or this one, I'm buying this one. I'll probably buy both of them depending on the casting, but definitely the Elite 64 line is a winner for me so far. Very impressed with this. So again, why is this important? Hot Wheels needs this casting or needs this line to at least meet, if not succeed, all these brands sitting here, because that is what they are up against. They are up against that Corvette. They're up against that Bayside Blue Skyline, that S14, that A86, that Ford GT back there, that RUF. Just all these cars, they are up against this. It's really Hot Wheels versus the world right now. So this is their first attempt to touch some of that market, and I think they did a good job. Seeing the car in person, I watched some of the Lamley stuff on it. I've seen other people post about it, and I just wanted to get my hands on it myself and look at it. So I hope this urges you to go out and buy this one, or if you're going to buy the next one, hopefully it pushes you to do that, because I am pretty impressed with this car. It is very nice. I like that it rolls. Oh man, that is sick. I want to drift it, but it's $25. I want to be very careful with it. But the seat in general, I don't know, it might be hard to see because of the lighting, but the blue seat really does make a difference. So I think that's a step up from the 100% Hot Wheels, because this Porsche it has a regular interior. It doesn't have any details like this Chaser does. So overall, I think this is a win for Hot Wheels. This is a good sign. If this is what's to come from that line, I think they could hold off some of the Asian brands. I think that could be a good thing for Hot Wheels. I'm still going to buy both. I really like the Asian manufacturer brands, the Mini GT, the Tarmac, the Inno. I like them. I will still continue to buy them, but now Hot Wheels has started to suck me back in a little bit. Not that I ever left, but it was like, if I have the option to buy this chrome BMW with ill hood fitment or that $10 Vertex S14, I'm picking the S14. And I think most collectors are, and I think Hot Wheels realized that is a problem, and now they're offering this line to combat those people leaving for those type of castings. So I'm excited for this line. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see what else they do with it. I'm really hoping we get more drift style cars. It would be cool to see trucks like that lift off bodies. Really, I have high expectations for this line, but so far they're meeting them. So the next one they come out with, I will buy it and we'll do an unboxing of that compared to this one and whatever casting it is next. If it's the Mercedes or the wide body, we'll try to compare it to a very similar Mini GT or Inno or whatever is comparable to or closest to. So, man, this has been the Hot Wheels Elite 64 Toyota Chaser. I'm probably going to mess the name up, so I got to read it. JZX100. So this is totally custom casting. It's pretty nice. So let me know your thoughts on this on the comments. Again, I appreciate you watching. Sam from 64 Wheels. Like and subscribe as always. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Lamley Group, Facebook, Discord, Whatnot. My Whatnot link is in the description. Save yourself $15. Get some hookup and buy one of these. If you didn't get it, hop on there, go to Diecast Z or whoever has them for sale and get one, because this is a pretty nice casting. So now that I've seen it, I think this could be a collectible, or I think it will be a collectible model and line in the future. So man, I like it. I do like this. So until next time, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.